Why are NBA role players suddenly becoming more valuable than stars? Why are teams investing more in high IQ specialists and less in high-usage scorers? Today, we break down the surprising shift that is redefining what value means in the modern NBA and why the future of the league may belong to role players. Over the last 3 seasons, the NBA has quietly entered a new era. An era where teams no longer rely on one superstar to carry everything. Instead, they are building around depth, versatility, and reliability. Role players, once seen as replaceable, are now becoming the backbone of elite teams. We're talking about players who make the right read, rotate on time, hit open threes, stay locked in defensively, and can play 70 to 82 games without disrupting the lineup. These players are getting bigger contracts, they're getting more minutes, and teams are prioritizing them over traditional stars with inconsistent availability or high usage inefficiency. This isn't an accident. This is a strategic evolution. There are 4 major forces driving this trend. 1. Availability is now a competitive advantage. The NBA has become a league where many stars play 50 to 60 games. Teams can't build chemistry around uncertainty. Role players, on the other hand, show up every night. 2. The rise of the 3-and-D archetype. Shooting plus defense has become the league's most valuable combination. Role players who can space the floor and guard multiple positions are essential. 3. The new CBA made depth more important than ever. The second apron punishes teams that overpay stars. Franchises need balanced rosters, something impossible if you lock in 2 or 3 max contracts. 4. Analytics favor efficiency, not volume. High-usage stars who force shots and dominate possessions are losing value. Teams prefer players who enhance lineups instead of controlling them. This matches the modern philosophy. Winning in the NBA today requires 5 players acting as one, not one player acting for 5.
Consistency has become priceless. Role players don't need the ball, don't hijack the offense, don't demand special treatment, and don't collapse a team's identity. They fill gaps, they elevate stars, they execute game plans exactly as designed. Teams love this because reliability equals stability. Compare this to stars who take nights off, need constant touches, struggle defensively, or can't stay healthy enough to justify their contract. That contrast is driving the market shift.
Look around the league and you'll see it immediately. The Nuggets valuing players like Aaron Gordon, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Christian Braun. The Celtics winning with Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford. The Heat thriving with undrafted high IQ grinders. The Knicks rebuilding their identity around Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves maintaining elite defense with role players who fit perfectly. These aren't stars, but they're winning players. And today, winning players are more valuable than inefficient stars.
This new era forces front offices to rethink everything. Teams can no longer survive with one superstar, one secondary scorer, and a bench full of minimum contracts. That formula is collapsing. Instead, the teams that are winning now are built on depth and specialist value. Look at the Nuggets. Their championship run wasn't just Jokic and Murray. It was Bruce Brown. It was KCP. It was Christian Braun. Guys who defend, guys who hustle, guys who fill gaps without demanding touches. Look at the Celtics. Derek White became a top-tier impact player without being a traditional star. Al Horford at 37 still swings playoff series. Look at the Timberwolves. Their identity isn't a superstar scoring 45. It's a defensive wall built from role players who know their assignments perfectly. This is the blueprint, and the league is finally catching up. Coaches have less patience for empty calorie scores. GMs are prioritizing versatility. Owners want lineups that stay competitive even when the star rests. Role players are no longer pieces, they are pillars.
Because of all of this, something huge is happening behind the scenes. The market is shifting. Role players with elite IQ, switchable defense, and playoff reliability are getting paid more than ever before. You're seeing guards who can't defend losing market value, wings who don't shoot losing market value, big men who can't switch losing market value. Meanwhile, defensive wings, connector passers, stretch bigs, and high motor hustlers are signing deals that used to be reserved for borderline all-stars. The NBA is no longer paying for flash, it's paying for fit. Section 6. The future. The age of the elite role player. 1410 to 15 minutes. So what happens next? We're moving into a league where teams don't just chase stars, they chase balance. And stars themselves, they're realizing they need these role players more than ever. Championships aren't being won by the flashiest player, they're being won by the smartest lineup. And that's why role players, the ones who do the little things, who sacrifice stats, who fill the gaps no one sees, are becoming the most valuable assets in the NBA. This is not a trend, this is the new reality.